The following program is an opinion program. The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show host, and you can hear my show Monday through Friday from 5 to 9 a.m. on WVNN in Huntsville. With me, as always, Mecca Music, 256today.com. She is the CEO, Smart News for Smart People, smart enough not to bet against Space Command HQ coming here. I think we saw some movement on that with Dale Strong in the last couple of days. We're not going to talk about that, but I just wanted to mention it. I'll give you.
It's my favorite topic.
I'd
love to talk about it. You're teasing it for me.
It's why I'm taking it off the table. So we got a lot to talk about today. Sam Heflin will be with us here. He is the mayor of Priceville. We'll talk to him and get some thoughts on living in that city and what it means for the broader state of Alabama. I've got a parting shot for you as well. But right now, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get to that 2-minute warning. We're at war! Oh, wait, no, we're not. Sorry, that was like for 20 minutes we were at war. That's
40
essentially
minutes.
What happened. 40 minutes. Thank you very much, Mecca. And for some reason, the controversy over it goes on much longer than the battle actually did. Now, you can say whatever you want about this. Oh, he didn't get authorization from Congress. He didn't need to. That's a stupid conversation. Move it to the side. So now we're debating whether or not dropping bunker buster bombs on nuclear sites works. Now, I find it funny, the same people that are now like, oh my God, it didn't work. They're now months away from getting a nuclear weapon. A couple weeks ago, we're saying, what are we doing here? There's no nuclear weapon to worry about. Oddly enough, dropping a bunker buster bomb on a nuclear site speeds up the process. Who knew? They're closer to getting nukes. But Mecca, the serious thing is this. He drops the bombs, and then it just stops. I mean, if this holds, this is like the greatest military mission. Now, Pete Hegseth said it's like the most secret strategized mission. I think D-Day might kind of be more on that. But his point was, this was well done.
It was very well done.
If it holds, especially if it holds.
Well, and also that is something that they are trying to, the administration admits these leaks, these reports that, not enough damage was done. First of all, it is preliminary.
Yeah. Low confidence.
More information needs to come in, and Hegseth had a great line, get a shovel if you really want to know. But as far as that, it's absolutely, the mission is what they are focusing on and how successful it was. The servicemen and women who did this, it was, I think by all accounts, from everything we know, just a smashing success what they were able to accomplish.
The defense of this mission, focusing on the individuals, is to me the least compelling part, personally, because I mean, whatever, they're doing their job, that's great. And you know,
let's look at your former serviceman, and you're just not impressed with it.
For
regular people, we're all impressed with it.
Look, they're having a briefing here about a massively successful approach to this issue, to the point where they drop the bomb on one person and both sides stop fighting, and it's amazing. And a reporter says, how come you said boys instead of women? It's like, you know what I would have said? I would have said, I didn't want to mention the women, because you know that plane that went off to Guam as a decoy? That was actually an accident. She got lost. I would have said something along those lines. If I was in there, that's how I would have handled that. But he handled it great. He smoked them. I mean, on Thursday, he destroyed them.
It was very effective.
And I would just say this. The person who started all this, the person who got the leak, is the same person that did the Steele dossier. It's the same person that launched this Hunter Biden laptops, Russian misinformation. Is there any accountability in the media? Is there any accountability? I've been in trouble more than she has. I mean, there's just no accountability here for this stuff. And I First Amendment.
Regardless of the leak, it is preliminary. It's impossible.
But they didn't say that in their first report. They didn't say it was preliminary. They didn't say it was low confidence.
They didn't get backed up.
Yeah, and now they're saying, oh well, we said that all along. They went and looked. No, they didn't. And then Jake Tapper, I know we're wasting time here. Jake Tapper of all people stands up and says, we were asking questions as journalists. I'm like, dude, you just wrote a book about how you missed the easiest story in the world, and now you're lecturing on journalism? We're way over this.
Yeah, a little.
It's over. All right, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, here's my thought on this. If Donald Trump wins this thing, other Nobel Peace Prize winners are going to send their awards back. Make them send the checks too. But they're gonna send those awards back. Katie Britt came out talking about this, making it very clear why he should get it. Buddy Carter from Georgia, he's the one who wrote that up and sent him in for it. He was supposed to be.
I thought Pakistan nominated.
No. I was going to get to that.
Okay,
Hold
sorry,
on one
sorry,
second.
sorry.
Hold on, Mecca. Let me read the script that we're clearly working on, which is not true. Pakistan and India. He broke her to pieces. That was like 3 days before. Old news. We don't need this. It's over. So he's got the Pakistan-India thing. He's got the Israel-Iran thing. And by the way, Hamas has been quiet. Hezbollah has been quiet. All these things have been quiet. The only war he has is with the media and their Democrats. Other than that, he's doing awesome here. And I still think it's going to be almost impossible for him to win this thing.
I would slightly agree with that. But interestingly, the Vegas odds doubled when the ceasefire happened for Trump to actually win. Now, the counterpoint is Trump doesn't even think he can win. He posted on Truth Social, like, they're never going to give it to me no matter what I do. That's a
humble brag on his part. You saw the Europeans handle him. I mean, they literally almost met him at the plane and started carrying him in on their backs.
After his little NATO victory lap?
Yeah, they were like, they're calling him daddy over there. I mean, it's just, the thing that's amazing about this is he BS'd his way through the whole damn thing. How
do you mean?
He said we'll make a decision within the next 2 weeks, and they bombed him the next day. And before that, they did the whole look, I told Bibi, no, now's not the time. Then it comes out that they were like, yeah, go ahead. But we're going to say this, and it's a little rope-a-dope. So the art of the deal that we talk about all the time. This is 3D chess. I mean, this really was 3D chess. And if this holds, then yes, he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize.
But would he, whether you believe that he deserves it or not, would he actually win?
I think he might be able to with what happened in Europe so far. I mean, just think about this.
I don't know.
China, silent. Russia, China, silent. Saudi Arabia, silent. Qatar helping us. Jordan shooting down things that are being shot by the Iranians. I mean, this is like an Abraham Accord sent with bunker busters. I mean, it really is. This is a huge deal. He should get it. All right, we're running out of time here. Let's move fast. Let's see. Tuberville, no commies. I mean, that's basically the gist of what he's saying. We all saw what happened in New York City, and I got to tell you, if you are a Republican or a conservative across this country, congratulations. I mean, I got to tell you, you are about to get a gift from God. And that gift is going to be this guy being in the center of the media universe, supported by all of the most hated media figures and politicians with 19% approval ratings across the country. AOC, 100% on board, absolutely excellent. This guy wants to have government-run grocery stores. He wants to spend 800 times the money they spend now on hate crime investigations. He wants to make it a transgender holiday site. Yeah, your kid can't get transgendered in Alabama or Tennessee? Well, guess what? He can now go to New York without your approval, and they'll put him up in a hotel, and they'll cut it, well, whatever I'm not going to say, but they'll have these problems, and they'll take care of those for you. Tuberville's right. He's like, this ain't going to work in Alabama. It might work in New York, but nowhere else. That's the gist of what he said.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Tuberville came out and made a lot of, maybe to some people, inflammatory statements. But let's think about.
No, it's an accurate statement.
But it's very on brand for Tuberville. Okay. And here's my question for you. Is this a preview of what he would be as governor? Okay, because you had criticized Governor Ivey, you have criticized Governor Ivey many times for being more in the background.
Okay.
Is he going to be that front, that louder voice that you were urging Governor Ivey to be?
First off, his record says that's exactly what he's going to be. But here's the analogy I actually used. There's submarines and battleships. And I asked Tommy Tuberville, you going to be a submarine or a battleship? Because we agree that KIV is a broken down submarine on the bottom of the ocean with tapping SOS, SOS, SOS the whole time.
I'm pretty sure Tuberville did not say that.
No, I didn't say that. I said that. And then Tuberville's up on the top blasting away. He's the captain. He comes out on the deck, grabs a gun, and starts shooting it. That's him. He is the guy. He's a battleship, and that's what he's going to be. This is exactly what that is.
Yes.
I guarantee. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the big, beautiful bill. It was supposed to be done by July 4th. Mecca, I guess we're all going on vacation, but is this getting done? I mean, it's really that simple. What it looks like, it's changed so much. If we were to ask 5 people what's the most important thing of it is, you would know. The only thing that they're talking about in reality is Medicaid.
Right.
And they're saying that it's going to kill people. But if anyone pays attention to what's actually in there when it comes to Medicaid, they're basically saying that if you look like me, you can't sit on your mom's couch and get Medicaid. I mean, that's essentially it. If you're healthy and you're able-bodied and you got nothing else going on in your life, go get a job. That's essentially the Medicaid cuts. And they're furious about that. And that's the only thing they're talking about. The whole thing has
become a major roadblock, though. You might not agree with it, but that is a major roadblock.
Because they're lying about it. I mean, that's...
Okay, for a lot of states, they feel like they are going to have to come up with, they would have to come up with the money to cover this.
So they'll have to come up with some money because of their very generous welfare programs.
And the rural hospitals depend on a lot of this money. So does that mean we're closing rural hospitals? Is that the intended consequence?
It's not the intended consequence. It may very well happen.
Exactly. So I mean, I think that whether you agree with it or not, it is a significant roadblock. Okay, we're still in the Senate. It has to go back to the House. It would take a Herculean effort to get it passed by July 4th.
As is, yeah, and by July 4th, yes.
Yes.
But here's another thing that I think people have to understand. Like, just like the SALT deduction thing, okay? If New York has a problem with this, lower your taxes. I mean, that's all you have to do. If you're concerned about, why is the federal government kicking you back a deduction because you live in a state where you voted for people who raise and charge you ridiculous taxes? No, stop. That is just absolutely ridiculous. And people always say, oh, Alabama and all these states are taker states. Like, hold on, these are your policies that you voted for that sent this money to these different programs. That's what's actually happening.
Okay, well, here's the other point. They're supposed to be off next week.
I don't care about their days off. I mean, I don't give a damn. Get back to work. I mean,
I was just pointing out the calendar, okay?
Good. I'm glad that we know their vacation schedule. Where are they going? Anyone know? They all going to Cancun? They're going to hang out? Look,
Padre Island.
Get back to Epstein Island. Go back. Just get back to work. That's all they have to do. If they want to get it done, get it done. If not, they'll kick it to the other side. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching and listening to Alabama Politics this week. Coming up next, Sam Heflin. He'll be with us. He is the mayor of Priceville. Stay tuned.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because it's something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. With me, as always, Mecca Music.
And this week, we have the mayor of Priceville, Sam Heflin. And their city is facing a lot of changes that maybe some other cities in Alabama are as well. But to start with, for our statewide viewers, Mayor, thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, can you please tell me, just for all of our listeners, where is Priceville? Tell us how you're situated.
Okay. Priceville is actually located right on I-65, 20 minutes south of Huntsville. We're the first exit. Once you get out of Huntsville, we're the next exit, exit 334, right on I-65.
Now, this week, and this happened all across Alabama, municipal qualifications ended. So whoever was running for something, you know, all the candidates are set for the municipal elections coming up on August 26th. Now, what's interesting in Priceville, tell me what happened in Priceville.
Well, we had one council member that had been there 39 years. He decided to step down. The rest of us, the other 4 council members and myself, all ran unopposed. So I laughingly say it's either because we're doing a really good job or people don't care. I'm going to take it as we're doing a good job.
Can I ask a question before we move on to this?
Sure.
How would you feel if they took the elections and lined them up with the congressional elections, partisanize them and line them up with the congressional elections, the local elections? I want that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I don't, as far as being partisan, I don't care. People know me, know I'm conservative. They know I lean Republican. So it wouldn't bother me a bit. In this area, that's a good mix.
All right, now let's talk a little bit about growth. You've told me that Priceville will double in population between the last census and the next census.
Yes.
What does that mean for a town to be growing that fast?
Well, you have a lot of challenges. We have to make sure that our wastewater system keeps up with it. We make sure our roads are in good shape. And we don't want to be one of those towns that grew up so fast that you can't get anywhere inside the town. I think we all know some of those towns around here. But we make sure that our infrastructure keeps up with our growth. I've got a lot of people that want to come in and put subdivisions in. And unlike a lot of mayors in the state, I'm actually turning them away. We need to make sure that we grow slow enough that we can stay ahead of it.
I've always said that they need to replace that rocket on 65 with a picture of me saying we're full. Like, get everyone to stay away. Yeah. And you know, but we see growth everywhere. And you talk about slow growth down. I talk to people all the time on my radio show. People listen from Colorado because they're moving here for Space Command HQ and all that other stuff. So how do you balance attracting people and saying, not so fast?
Well, one thing is our median income is up around $98,000, which is kind of unheard of in the state. Our houses, right now there's only 12 on the market in the city of Priceville, and they start out at about $280,000 each. So as you keep those markets, you know, the price of the house is a little bit higher. You don't have as much of the, you know, people trying to just move in and just anybody. The previous mayor told me one time, he said, you know, if you keep your median income up, it helps to keep the people that you don't want in the city out.
But I would say historically Priceville is more of like a farming town, right?
Yes. Priceville started out, this year's our 50-year celebration. We actually started out as a small town. Back when we incorporated, we had 368 people in our first incorporation vote, and we've grown from there. We've averaged about 3 to 5% growth every year, and we've always had a lot of headlines saying, you know, Priceville explodes. Well, we've never exploded till now. Right now, approved, we have 917 houses that are approved that have not been built yet that will be built over the next 10 years. If you throw in 2.4 people per house, you're looking at a doubling your population. And so right now, if you want to come to Priceville, we want to make sure that we don't get a lot of these. I had a developer come to me and talk to me about tiny homes. We really don't want those.
Why would you want that?
Exactly.
I just, you talk about balancing like what you bring in and what you don't bring in and all these other things. You talk about this, but you have to actually focus on the right kind of growth, and that's what you're trying to do.
Yes.
Do you have any of the people, I call them against, and it's like no matter what you're for, I'm against it. You see them at city council meetings. Do you guys have those people who are saying we don't want more or no more?
We do. We call them NIMBYs, not in my backyard. And we do have a lot of those. And that's one of the things, a developer came to me and he said, well, you're going to get voted out because you want to approve our subdivision. I said, no, if I cut off all building and didn't approve another house in Priceville, I could stay in office as long as I want to. Because there's enough people here, enough older people, that they know we have a good thing, and they want to make sure that we can keep that. So we do get a lot of people from Colorado coming in. I'm glad you said that. What I tell them when they move in,
full.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. What I tell them is, remember why you left where you left.
Yeah.
Don't try to bring that here. And so we get a lot of people that come and they enjoy being able to go out to music in the park and things like that. I had a guy from San Francisco this last year. He came up to me, he said, Mayor, he said, I freaking love our town. And I said, yeah, thank you, I do too. And he said, no, you don't understand. He said, I just moved here from San Francisco 3 weeks ago. We can't do this. He said, you've got young people, you've got old people, you've got middle-aged people. They're here in the park. They're enjoying music. They're having food trucks, people walking around, kids playing around, not having to be watched. And there's no drama. And I said, exactly, and that's the way we want to keep it.
Well, we've talked about the infrastructure needs. Okay. Well, oh, gosh, well, I wanted to put in Space Command.
Go ahead.
Because you said we can talk to Space Command. Okay, so with the potential for Space Command to be moved here, and then Golden Dome, I mean, all these programs and all this stuff, it's not just Huntsville, it's not just Madison, it's other towns like Priceville. Right. Are y'all prepared for even more growth that could come with that?
Yes. When we went in, we did a wastewater treatment update. We went from treating 200,000 to 600,000 gallons a day. We've made those improvements. Yeah, we're ready for the growth if it comes. We just want to make sure it's the growth we want.
All right, Mecca asked a 45-second question, got a 20-second answer. All right, we're gonna take our last break here. Thank you very much to the Mayor of Priceville, Sam Heflin. Thank you for being here. Mecca's on her way out, so the show's going to get so much better. Stay tuned.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good, and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant, and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10. Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
Restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. Thank you very much for being here. We're about to jump into the parting shot, but before we do that, let me remind you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast, the 7 things you should be talking about today. And every single morning, I'll give you those 7 things you should be talking about that day, delivered right to your email box. That's yellowhammernews.com. You can see my sports columns, or my sports videos, and my other videos there as well. Right now, though, let's go ahead and get to the parting shot. My parting shot this week is directed at everyone who thinks that maybe there's some questions about the new THC law that is about to go into place coming up here on July 1st, really soon, right around the corner. There is no ambiguity here. You better figure it out, because I believe that recent arrests and raids at 4 different head shops where they were selling actual marijuana is a bit of a sign, maybe a signal to everyone to say, hey, we're going to actually enforce this law. So if you think you're going to figure out a way around this, I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, there are parts of this I think are a little heavy-handed, a little overboard, but there are parts of it that I think are absolutely necessary. And overall, I think it will be generally a good idea to rein some of this wild, wild west stuff in. And it looks like that's what they're trying to do. Now, if you want to change this law, here's how you're going to be able to do it. Follow the rules, play by the rules, and point out why the rules don't work the way they're written. Work to fix those. But if a bunch of people try to operate outside of the law, they're going to find themselves looking at tighter restrictions. And some people are already offering up bills that could be a total THC ban, which I'm not really against all that much either. But I don't think that's where this is all headed. Either way, follow the rule, do the right thing. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your time and watching Alabama Politics This Week. We'll talk to you soon.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful, because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good, and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com. Scout Pest Control is locally owned and operated. We offer superb customer service and can even clean up after pests. When you think pest control, think Scout. Call us at 256-216-1088 or visit scoutpestcontrol.com.